did some work to the house. And this one is $4,500 cash. We just lowered it. The buyers has to assume the squatters. Okay. I do have a police officer or retired police officer in Flint that can assist with going to the house and helping. Oh, I wrote it here. I know a retired police officer that could assist in the new buyer in the removal of the squatters. Okay. So that's kind of huge. And it's actually a good little spot. The house doesn't look bad. It's on a nice lot. So, and again, that's only $4,500. So your ROI is going to be through the roof there. I got this other one on Leicester. And let me look at it here. If it's the house. So usually we sell a house like this for like 10. This one here, we're only selling it for, I'm gonna lower this also. I'm gonna lower it to $4,500, $500. There's some taxes that you could pay. It's up on a hill. It's on a good little spot. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath with a full basement. Has a new roof. Needs a clean out furnace. It needs a rehab. So it's a cheap house, another cheap house in Flint. All right. And then let's see what else I got. I do have a nice 5-pack of deals for $125. And I got a fixer-upper on Runyon Street. That's on a really nice block. It's only $13,500. And this one's about to hit the market here in Taylor. Really clean 3-bedroom house. It's undervalued at $104,900. So if someone knows a buyer, this would be a good, someone could buy this house, refinance it, rent it. You could do a lot of things to this house. So, and that one's in Taylor. And again, just give me a text message, call me, email me if you're interested in any deals or if you want to get on my buyers list. But I really want to know what you're looking for, what areas you're looking for, because we're starting to, talk to more pre-foreclosures, people that are behind, and we're going to work out some creative finance type deals that we're going to wholesale. So, and again, my number is 248-497-9195. Hey, Maureen, what's going on? All right, Patty, any deal? Anyone else have any other deals? Or Lex, any questions? Anything else you'd like to share?
Yeah, hi Todd, this is Steve. I don't know, I'm trying to multitask, so I apologize if you can't see me or if I'm not coming through. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, great. I'm on my phone. This is the first time I'm using this, so yeah, just kind of working it out. So I guess what I would, my question is, how have you seen the market in general recently, and what do you see moving forward? I know on one of your other meetings I attended several months ago, you said as far as see more foreclosures or pre-foreclosures come November, and then a slowdown through the holidays, and then after January it really pick up. If I remember and understand correctly, or have you seen them start early? Or
usually I don't recall the foreclosures from, I don't know if I said that, but my understanding, like the foreclosures are not going to hit till January.
You want me to talk about it for a minute?
What's that, Marie?
You want me to talk about it for a minute?
Yes, please.
Okay. So with foreclosures, typically, with the exception of this year, the government, so Fannie, Freddie, the big GSEs put a moratorium on foreclosures It starts in November and it goes through the end of the year. They don't want to be evicting anybody during the holidays. So they start the moratorium. But because of the COVID, they actually put a moratorium back in June on the foreclosures, and they extended it. So originally it was just through through August, and then they turned around and extended it through the end of the year. So the rumor is, so far from what we've heard, after the first of the year, they're going to revisit the situation and decide if they're going to lift that moratorium on the foreclosures. So, and the eviction process. If they do, then January 4th, they will, go back to the courts and they will start, requesting for the evictions and to finish the foreclosure process and stuff on the properties that are already 6 months behind in default.
Wow, interesting. Yes, that's very helpful and informative. And I guess if, they put a big stimulus through, that might kind of slow down some of the, that might, have them lift the ban on foreclosures. So yeah, they might do that. That's interesting. But of course, who knows exactly what they will do or how the stimulus will affect it either.
Well, right now, so what a lot of people did was they went into forbearance, starting in April. That's when it was originally offered to them by most of their servicing banks, that were handling their mortgages, and they gave them a 6 months worth of forbearance. So in September, they were issued letters that said, hey, guess what? The forbearance is being lifted. You need to make your October payment and you need to make arrangements to get caught up with the 6 payments that you're already behind. So, and the choices that they gave them were they could pay it in full, including interest. They weren't going to penalize them, but including interest, and or they could take what they owe and they could split that up. They were going to give them like 12 months to get caught up, so they could make like 12 payments plus interest. Or they could reapply for additional forbearance if needed, but that just continues to get them that much further behind. And so they won't be just 6 months behind, they'd be, more like 9 or 10 months behind. So
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like on the second option of what they were doing, it's just basically adding the payments to the end of the loan, right? And they just pick up at that point.
They would have to make their payment every month, plus take what they owed and like split, divide that by 12 and add that to their current monthly payment plus the interest. And the interest,
okay, so they have to basically catch up in a year then, right?
Yeah, so like if they owed $1,000, they'd be having to add like an additional $600 a month to their payment. Yeah, so it would be $600 payment instead of $1,000 payment.
Oh, no, okay, I understand. That's very useful. Do you have any feelings on what they're going to do and what is going to determine what they do?
Well, I think the results of the election are going to determine what happens.
Yeah.
Because you've got policies of, either party, and depending on, what happens as far as opening up the economy or whatever is going to determine whether they extend the forbearance or the foreclosure, the eviction process, or whether they start to reopen everything and they start the process of going back to court and continuing with the evictions.
Yeah, I think, and maybe I've lost track of it, but I think regardless of which party wins, there's going to be a big, like at least a $2 trillion, because the Republicans already agreed to $2 trillion, and Nancy was talking about $2.4 trillion. So I think it's going to be, regardless of who wins, I think it's going to get going pretty soon, and that's why the stock market has gone up.
When I say that, I think it just depends on whether they open up businesses. So right now, the courts are basically shut down. So you can't go into the municipal buildings or whatever. And that's what I'm saying.
Okay. No.
That's going to depend on what happens. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yes. Yes. As far as all of that. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't thinking from that perspective.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Maureen. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Maureen. That was very helpful. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Hey, Steve, have you bought anything yet? You looking?
Yeah, well, I finished up a couple of projects and I was on the phone this morning trying to get some things going. So yeah, I'm back looking again. So it's on my radar. So what I've been doing is there's a couple of properties that I'm well, actually one I've got a purchase agreement on, but I just the bank hasn't done anything. And I guess that's a question I have is I don't know if like the bank just won't act, and I have called and the agent has just given up on it and it's just stuck at the bank. And I don't know if, I mean, it's a big, huge bank. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that. But, and then there's
Was
another.
the property listed on the market?
Yeah, it was listed by the agent and I signed a purchase agreement and I just keep rolling it over each month just to have it under contract. And
Is it a short sale?
yes.
Well, that could take a while.
But
Maybe it's my short sale I have.
yeah, but I mean, it's, I mean, it got appraised and the selling price is, you know, at the appraisal. So, you know, what else is the bank going to do with it? I mean, why don't they just release it? You know?
Yeah. You could maybe.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't, you know, I'm already, I think, stepping over my bounds because I'm the buyer and the relationship is between the bank and the seller. So I'm kind of, and the agent kind of like is giving up, but I don't know. So, you know, they won't call, they don't respond to my emails or messages.
You know what? Why don't you give me a call after this meeting, okay? I'll talk to you more about it.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. But no, that's where I am. And then I've got another one that I'm just, I made contact today, but so I guess my point is, yeah, I'm back looking a little bit more actively.
Sounds good. Hey, Mark, you got anything?
I do.
What do you got, sir?
On the 10th of this month, we've got Frank Alcini. He's a CPA, active investor. He's called the CPA nerd. And anybody who's listening, he'll talk to you about how to set your investment business up, how to farm an LLC. He's going to talk about taxes. It's strictly a Q&A type seminar, but if you don't bring something to it, then he's going to cover a lot of things. So check the meetup site for that. A little bit about myself. I'm a lead generator. So I work with people like Todd or anybody that's an active, experienced investor. I generate them the deals and then we work out splits on the profits. I think maybe one of the houses Todd talked about was one I was involved in. Todd, can you flip over to my YouTube channel, which is the National Real Estate Network, and I work real closely with Maureen, who's on the call with us. If you're starting out in this business, you should absolutely talk to her because she is a broker for a very active investor-based company that you can learn a lot. It's the same one Todd's with. But anyway, on this YouTube channel, there's a lot of great value there, tons of tips, tons of information, especially if you're going to jump in the wholesale game. So there's some stuff about Frank Alcini,
Right.
just kind of, it's just chocked full of seminars and stuff around wholesaling.
Yeah,
So,
let me get to hand.
the channel, yeah, just click on the channel.
Yeah.
And then click on videos right at the top.
Right at the top. Boom.
Yeah, right there. And then you can go down the page, but just read a few of the topics there, like
Yeah. So, yeah. What if you you do not want to build your own Google Map place page and directory sites, that's your stuff. Here's a good one. This one right here, you're telling me about. This was with Jeff Helm. That was a
Yeah.
really good one, right? Key
Yeah.
items, focus on your real estate investing.
Yeah, they're actually the one over, I think, the killer Helm map. Hang on, I don't know where it's on there. He tells you how to wholesale and take your wholesale houses and sell them to retail buyers by working with real estate agents. It's really, really good. So there's some great stuff. You'll see a lot of the videos are only like 4 minutes on this one. So it's you know, there's great stuff on that channel. I'm also handling properties that get donated, and I work for a national charity, and I also handle Volunteers of America in our market. I handle their liquidated or the properties that they get donated to them. So from time to time, be bringing that stuff in. We're starting television ads on that in December. Thanks to the political stuff, it's a little expensive to buy ads right now. So, but that's a little bit about me. And the YouTube channel is really good. Our meetup's got 6,000 people on it. So like for you, Lex, where you're getting going, you could actually do a broadcast email out on all your property to all those investors. So
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Maureen's lined up a couple of good speakers. We have a attorney that we're going to be bringing in to walk people through any questions they would have around evictions or foreclosures. And then Maureen, can you talk a little bit about the person you've got coming in to speak on our meetup?
Sure. Okay. So I have an architect who's also a licensed builder and real estate agent, Kimberly Vild, and she is going to be talking about the 203K rehab and how the rehab loan and how the structure of using that money to help you update your properties will be beneficial to you. And so she's going to come in and she's going to talk about that, what it means for an architect to get involved. If you need something like that, what's the streamlined loan versus the full-blown 203K rehab, and what you would need to do each type of loan style.
Yeah, that's great.
I just closed a deal on that program, the 203K loan, and I got another deal selling in Detroit in Russell Woods on a 203K loan. So
yeah, that'll be great.
It's a good program. Awesome.
I covered
Mark,
everything.
I've watched a few of your videos, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. When I'm at work, I just put my AirPod in. I just listen to your videos.
Yeah.
So you have a fan over here.
Okay, good.
He puts out great content. He surely does. You know, he brings the people in, and it's the topics that people want to hear about. And even if they don't know they do, they really do. And so, you know, when we were talking about, you know, some of the things that we could bring of value to anyone that, you know, any investor in the market or any market, not just Michigan's, but in any market, you know, has to do with like 203K and who's the lender out there that you want to be using to do your deals. And what's it going to take when you do that type of a deal? You know, what do you need to know as far as dealing with FHA 203K? Now, I will tell you that they used to do a conventional rehab, and I'm looking into to see if Wells Fargo is still doing that or not. I know that, you know, they've changed up some of the guidelines as far as that goes for, you know, kind of tightened up the investor loans, but it would be interesting to see if, you know, we can't find somebody out there that's willing to do the conventional rehab, because those were actually really a cool streamlined process. They didn't want you as an investor to be cash poor. They wanted you to be able to purchase a property that you knew that if you could, you know, simply update the kitchens and bathrooms, you know, do the wow factor, right? And maybe put in some new flooring and, you know, some lipstick on the pig, as I call it, just get a fresh coat of paint and some curb appeal, that you could get the most bang for your buck out of those properties. And so they were doing that. And I'm looking into seeing if we can, you know, if they're still doing those, and if they are, which financiers are, you know, giving the best deals on those.
Right. Yeah, I think they still do have that program, but yeah, it's hard to find. It was hard to find the lenders that wanted to do the 203K FHA, which Villa, Carrington does those. So, and Lex here, Maureen. Lex, Maureen is the broker here that I'm with Villa. So she's gonna be your broker one day when you get your license.
Oh, are you
Yes,
looking to
most
get
definitely.
licensed?
I'm halfway through the program right now.
Yeah.
All right. Are you doing it, I call it brick and mortar, but are you doing it, I think it's Zoom now, or at least, you know, kind of classroom style, but online? Or are you doing it like the old school online, where you're just trying to read through the material and take the courses after each section?
Kind of like the old school, you know,
Oi,
style.
oi.
There are the, you know, the text, but there are also like slides and videos, and then there's a book that's attached to that. So
Oh yeah,
what do you
that's
say?
really old school. That's much longer than the 40 hours of the brick and mortar, as we call it, or the Zoom, you know, the Zoom style classroom that they've kind of gone to with the COVID here. Yeah, that's, so it's probably taking you longer than in the 40 hours to do that. I
No,
know.
it definitely is, and that's why your oi 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 is why I'm halfway through it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. But, and I feel for you, because they're looking at me probably getting licensed in Ohio, and I have to do the same thing. So I have some.
And Lex, I'll send you some information about our company here at Villa, okay?
Okay, I would really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
don't be afraid.
eventually, real soon, we're gonna start doing at the office here more call-in and stuff like that, you know, hopefully within the, you know, hopefully soon. So I'll announce that. I don't know. I got a day job now. My day job is delivering dumpsters.
Dumpster Todd, that's what I call him.
That's right.
Yeah, you can call him up and talk
Yeah.
trash anytime you want.
Yeah, if anyone needs a dumpster, a 10-yard rubber wheel, 20-yard, or steel roll-off dumpsters, just contact me. All right. Anything else, Mark, you think of?
No, don't be afraid to reach out. You can go through the meetup site and contact me, or call me. My phone number is 248-939-6